What's up, guys? It's Brandon at A Watch and Unwind. Today I want to cover what is arguably the most important thing about a watch, the dial. I'm going to make this kind of a multi-part segment because when I'm talking about the 5 most interesting watch dials, are we talking about iconic dials like the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, a dial that is instantly recognizable to so many when they see it? Am I talking about the actual design, like the iconic wave dial of the Omega Seamaster, like the one that's on my wrist? Or are we talking about texture, such as the Grand Seiko Snowflake? There are a couple of different ways that you can segment dials. So today I'm going to talk about the materials. So here are my top 5 most interesting watch dial materials that I've come across. If there's something that I didn't cover and you think it should have made the cut, let me know down in the comments below because I want to know. And please guys, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel more than you guys could know. I'm getting really close to 500 subscribers. And if everyone who watched my videos subscribed, I'd be at a couple thousand. So I'd appreciate you guys for watching. But if you subscribe, it really makes a big difference. The first watch has to be the watch that I've actually had a hands-on review with. And if you haven't seen it, I recommend going back and checking that out. It's the Zenetti Regents Sky. Zenetti is a brand that is founded and operates out of Rome, Italy. They make many bespoke and custom timepieces, and they top off their production at the small number of 700 watches per year. All the engraving and painting that goes on the dial and the case at Zenetti is done by hand. The Regents Sky has a hand-painted star and planet dial, but that's not the interesting part about it. It's the base material. The white base may look like enamel, but it's actually ivory. And it's not just elephant ivory, because that's too normal. It's actually woolly mammoth tusk, a material that I have absolutely no idea how they sourced. I'm not sure if someone at Zenetti snuck into the Smithsonian with a chisel, but they got some. A day at E.D. Marshall Jewelers, I was shooting video with Omega, Giard Perregaux, Ulysses Nardin, Zenith, Frank Mueller, and a bunch of other brands. This was the watch that stood out the most to me. And that's saying a lot because this watch is priced a little high at $7,000 for the chronograph version that I did my review on. But that's a lot less than some of these other heavy hitting watches that I played with that were like 20, 30 grand plus. So I was really blown away by this watch, and I think you guys gotta absolutely check this brand out. In case you thought that woolly mammoth tusk dials are all right, but what you guys really wanted was some dinosaur, this next watch got you covered. It's the Arty Corporalite, and it has a Corporalite dial. And that's fancy for saying dinosaur shit. Like in Meteorite dials, each section of the dial that is cut to produce it, it's slightly different. So each cut of dinosaur turd is going to create its own unique dial. Arty is a brand that has been pushing a lot of boundaries when it comes to their watches, both in terms of innovation and design. To spit out a few points, they make in-house flying tourbillons. They have used blood, tobacco leaves, and just about everything else in their watch dials. And they even have color changing, fully sapphire cases, which is something I haven't seen done anywhere else. I think that if your budget swings it, watches 1 and 2 complement each other pretty nicely. This next watch is the most affordable watch on today's list, and it's something that I actually saw in the Time Teller's online shop. If you're familiar with my channel, you're probably familiar with his. It's a vintage Universal Geneve, which he had listed for about 1.5K. The dial of this watch is made from tortoise shell. That's something that ranges now from being frowned upon to fully illegal. This watch is from the 70s, so this turtle is long gone and times were different then. The best thing we can do now to celebrate this turtle's life is to honor him by wearing this watch. This watch, I think, is just really incredible. The colors that this material gives off and the texture is just different from just about anything else out there. Universal Geneve timepieces from this era are widely considered to be great, and you'll see them floating around quite a bit in used watch stores. But the company is pretty much gone nowadays. It was sold to a Chinese company and they've been pretty absent from the watch industry for years. I have absolutely no affiliation with the time teller, but I think that asking this price for this watch, you're getting a good amount of recognition from an important brand with a lot of heritage. And it's such a unique dial that I'm pretty sure it's just a no-brainer. I don't think you're gonna get this much watch about anywhere else. The next brand I want to look at is Corum. This is a brand I can't figure out if they're genius or if they're retarded, because they make some of the most horrendously ugly watches I've ever seen in my life, like this and this. And I think you guys get the point. But they also make the Heritage Coin Watch, which actually features an actual United States $20 Golden Eagle coin as its dial. I have seen some of these in person and I actually quite like them as dress watches. I think this can go either way. I think people are either gonna love this watch or they're gonna hate it. At the least, it's an interesting dial material that you don't see anyone else using. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on this watch and if you love it or hate it. All right, guys, we're at number 5. And this was a hard one for me because there are a lot of great dials to choose from. It was a toss-up between the Oris Aquas with the dials that are made up of recycled plastic and a Meteorite dial. The outer space material that is used in luxury brands like Rolex, Omega, but is also becoming a bit more popular as I've seen it in micro brands like Zelos. I decided to go with Meteorite because after all, it is the heart of an asteroid that was hurling through space. That's pretty neat. And it had something to do with taking out the creatures from dials 1 and 2. So I think it has to take the top spot on this list and make the cut. More common than the other materials on this list, you're gonna find quite a few brands using this material, some of which are more affordable, but you're often gonna see this on some heavy hitting watches like the white gold Rolex Daytona with some of the Rolex GMTs. That's my list for 5 interesting watch dials, some of what I think are the most interesting dials out there. But if you guys have other materials, like I said, that didn't make the cut, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to feature them on another video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And like I said before, just please subscribe. It helps out the channel so much. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.